Good evening and welcome to the legendary Gold Coast Hotel and Casino and National Finals Tonight. Brought to you in part by Jack Daniels, Coors, Pendleton Whiskey, Boot Barn, Cooper Tires, Ram Rodeo, Justin Boots, the American Paint Horse Association, Preefert, Classic Leather Designs, Crucian Rum, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, J.W. Brooks Hats, Wrangler, Montana Silversmiths, Seagram's Gin, and Boyd Gaming. National Finals tonight with 8-time World Champion Bull Rider Donnie Gay, 8-time World Champion Cowboy Joe Beaver, and the men and women of the NFR. Sit back, relax, and enjoy National Finals tonight. And now, here's your host, award-winning television personality, Mr. Dan Miller.
Welcome. Man, what a good-looking group this is, all the way to the back. We are glad to have you with us here for night number 2. On behalf of Boyd Gaming, welcome to the world-famous Gold Coast Hotel and Casino and night number 2 of National Finals tonight. And I'm told there's the Wyoming people right over there. We have Wyoming people in the house tonight. We have, are there Texans in the house tonight as well? You're here on a great night. We are so glad to have you here with us. And if you didn't go to the rodeo tonight, you haven't missed a thing because we have all that coming up for you. So let's get right to it. A lot coming up. Let's introduce the star. Yeah, the star of our show. This young man is, and I shouldn't have said young man, he's an 8-time world champion bull rider, no stranger to any of you. My partner for 26 years on television. Donnie Gay is here. Would you welcome Donnie Gay this evening?
Hi, y'all.
You hear that song? That's his theme song right there, huh?
I'm not that old.
You're not that old.
No.
No. A little older than me, but you're not that old. It's good to have you here tonight. You're looking good. Good rodeo tonight.
It was a good rodeo. I had a really good time. Bull riders kind of stepped it up a little bit. You know, so we did, you know, it's NFR.
It is NFR.
Yes.
And we talked last night, it's a historic NFR, so many records on the line. Let's get our other co-host out here, Donnie, so we can get to going this evening.
The bigger one, not the older one.
The bigger one, not
Yeah.
the older one. He also is an 8-time world champion cowboy and no stranger to you. This is Mr. Joe Beaver here this evening. Joseph.
Joe B.
And he's bearing gifts.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a new deal he's starting. It's a new deal he's starting. Yeah.
Hey, me and you could put our 8 and 8 together, and Trevor's still going to get us.
There's no stopping the guy.
Yeah, I like that guy sometimes.
16 titles between you guys. Trevor's at 15 right now and knocking on the door for Mr. Jim Shoulders.
He is, and it's just a matter of time.
It is a matter of time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he's not through.
But that's what the records are for.
Joe, quickly, Donnie said you've got a new thing going. You were throwing out blue shirts, and tell what that's about.
Yeah, this is cool. I watched the start of this.
Me and Donnie, I kicked this off at the Indian Finals about 3 weeks ago. If you remember, 8 or 10 years ago, we started a little thing called Tough Enough to Wear Pink. And it started the same way.
He started that.
I started it with $20 pink T-shirts, just like that right there. And then Terry Wheatley got behind it. She's been through breast cancer. Her daughter, her sister, whole family of it. She got a lot of big corporate people involved. She got involved. But it all started like this. I thought it was time for another cause, and I thought diabetes would be a good one to pick. So we're starting $20 a shirt like that. I got Wrangler behind me, Austin Rodeo. I got some good meetings. Hopefully in 8 or 10 years, it'll be $1 million deal. Same as Tough Enough to Wear
And
Pink.
I can wear blue instead of pink.
That's
with
right.
my last name,
and Donnie
it's
said
wearing me out.
Blue will be a lot better because he's damn tired of pink.
I'm telling you.
Round number 2 is in the books, as we mentioned earlier, in case you didn't get to see the rodeo this evening or go out to the rodeo itself. Now 45 properties in town, incredible, are carrying the National Finals Rodeo. My word, did you see who's sitting right over here? On
Little Red Craig Copeland is in the house.
The pressure is on tonight, isn't it, huh? He's over there. In
My
case
buddy.
you missed out this evening on any of the rodeo action, Donnie and Joe doing it live on television tonight on GAC. And I want to tell you something. I forgot to mention this last night. Every round live on GAC this year.
Yeah, how about that? You don't stay up till 4 o'clock to watch it. Isn't that great?
Yep, we're honored to be there. I want to tell you too, Donnie, for a couple of things. We are going out live on the World Wide Web right now, and if you would like to call somebody.
Oh, yeah, I know all about that.
Yeah, Donnie's kind of our technical. Yeah, not at all. So here's if you want to call somebody and say you can bring us up live right now, here is the address, and we have simplified it from last night, which I know will make these guys happy. So if you go online to boydgaming.com/NFT, that's all you need now, and you can watch us live on the web when you get back home, or if you want to call somebody and tell them to tune in. Also, during the course of the show tonight, if you have any questions for Donnie or for Joe or for any of our guests that are coming out here, and we have a lot of them back there, you can text us and we will get those questions. This is what you text: 702-LUCK-NFT. Turn off your phone. 702-582-5638. So during the course of the evening...
6238.
Huh? 702-582-5638. That's it right there.
Get your phone out, Donnie, and follow the letters and see if he's right.
With one finger.
Yeah,
okay.
Follow him out and see.
L is... No.
Yep, that's what it is. So I'll give it to you one last time because it's different from the number last night. 702-582-5638. And if that's wrong, we'll fix it here in a second. If you were not able to attend, that is right. I'm just told in my ear that's the right one. Oh, my word. Just stop. Don't even say anything. If you didn't get to go to the rodeo tonight and you missed the highlights, you were going to get to see them live right now. Donnie and Joe doing it live on the television. Round 2 is in the books. And, gentlemen, let's take a look at the winners tonight.
All right, well, let's start it out bareback riding, and I tell you, this guy right here, I'm going to quit saying he reminds me of his daddy.
Yeah, he's somebody new.
Yeah, this
It's
is
playing right behind you.
all
Look
right.
at it,
Casey
Donnie.
Field, he is rocking and rolling, and you don't ride a bucking horse any better than what he does right here. Watch this in slow motion. His back is right straight down the horse's back. Both spurs coming back to the rigging, setting his feet. His feet are set before that horse's front feet hit the ground. I mean, this is what the judges are watching, and so you just don't know what they're going to mark. 87.5, another round for Casey Field. He's doing it.
In the steer wrestling, okay, here we go. We go down to 3-3. Trevor Knowles. We talked about this little black horse last night. He's the best horse here. When you ride the best horse and you draw good and you bulldog like that kid, you're going to get a victory lap every time. Watch the difference. See the steer kind of check up and kind of shoulder into that black horse. He never quits running. He gets that boy's feet on the ground. That's the ticket to being fast. A good horse.
Did you see the way he shaped the steer, though?
Well, and it's all from the catch on the horse. That's right. He shaped him before he ever. When his feet hit the ground, that steer was halfway thrown. When you're 3-3, you're going to win the day money. Trevor, last night they talked about how he was kind of lagging in the team rope, and no, that was smart. Tonight, when you're at the first of the 15, you got two choices. Make a mark, set a pace, try to win something, or just get by. Tonight, they're the first team out, second team. They're going to win the go-around. Here's the difference right here. Watch it. Look at these steers. See how short their horns are? They're just barely past the end of the horn wrap. This week, going to play a lot of havoc on headers, but did not mess with Trevor Brazil tonight. Patrick Smith's seen that look 100,000 times. When a horse gets tight in faces, they get the day money.
Well, in the saddle bronc riding, first time winner right here. Chuck Smith, this guy rides broncs good. He's from bronc riding country, but look at the horse and the timing. Why you call it the classic event of rodeo. Full leg extension, sets his feet, handling the rein good. It just makes it look good. Watch this horse. Really puts his head down, measuring the rein. Real important. Look how he lifts on it. Feet set before the horse's front feet hit the ground, and the horse kicking every jump. You can't make a horse buck like that. They got to really want to. 87.5 points. They could have marked him anything they wanted to. There again.
Here we go. I said last night, don't let this guy think he's going to win a couple rounds. Guess what? Tonight, he made it look easy. Here's the difference. Cody O knows how far you can run them and how fast you can time in this building. He told me last night, hey, B, if they let me win 4 out of the first 5, there's no stopping me. Well, you make runs like this, they're not going to stop you. Watch. See how he's got the front end of the calf picked up when he gets there? You've already got them half tied. Then they feel you. They're comfortable laying down, falling. When you flank them, they don't fight you. Cody O is on a roll.
No fumbles tonight.
No fumbles tonight. 7-1, wins it by half a second. In the barrel race, Lisa Lockhart. We've seen this before. And you know, she can change horses when it go around like nothing to it.
That's when it's really tough. Whenever you get on multiple horses and still compete in this arena. This arena really hard in the barrel race to keep them all standing and be able to compete to win go
break
round.
the 14-second barrier the second night out. 14:03 last night, 13:95
In the
tonight.
bull riding, all the young girls just, you know, they got, there's the sweat on their forehead. Chandler Bounds. He looks like he's 12 years old. He's really 20, but this guy makes a great ride. Littlest guy got the biggest bull in the pen. RMEF Bugle. I have no idea what that means, but the bull belongs to Jeff Robinson. This was an outstanding bull ride. I want you to watch when he turns back. When I talk about having your hips in the right place up on your bull rope and you got him in your gun tights looking at him, watch him just cut loose. This bull's spinning away from his hand, spurring him with the outside foot. He is having some fun, and boy, they ain't nothing too good for the little ladies tonight. 91 points.
Could have rode him 15 seconds, couldn't he?
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah,
I mean, he had no problem
He
right
could
there.
have talked to you while he was riding.
That's what they
I
really
think
hate.
you need to be his agent.
I wanted to be.
Gosh, I tell you. That RMEF, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation Bugle, that's the name
No
of that.
kidding.
Yep, that's what that
Hey,
stands for.
That must be a Wyoming thing, huh?
That's a Rocky
Got to
Mountain
be.
Elk Foundation. Yeah, we've got some elk up in there. We've already got a question that has come in for Joe, so let's do this before we go to the next video package. That says, Joe, I thought I heard a rumor that you were going to be coming back and competing in the team roping. Is that right?
Coming back. I don't know if you left.
First of all, you don't get an invite just to come. I'd like that if they did. I don't know. I had an awful good call the other day from a guy that heels really, really good. I have two really good head horses. Although Chad Masters has one of them out here, he rode tonight. I don't know whether I'm going to have him after this week or not. But yeah, I would like to come back to team roping once or
I
twice.
can hold two microphones for a while.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, if they'll let me keep doing the rodeo, I'll just run team rope. Donnie can comment on me because he's going to give me hell if it's bad and talk good if it's good. And I'll be right back. But, yeah, there might be a chance. I got a good partner. I'm going to go through March or April and see what happens.
Outstanding. That's good to hear. Joe Beaver back in the action.
All right.
Yep.
So this is where we sing back in the saddle. No. Well, maybe not.
Oh, sing another chorus.
If
would you, Donnie?
if he's going to sing that, he's also got to sing that other song that I had on my 8-track tape when I was a kid.
Do you know
Boy
why
Bob and the Vulture Culture and you.
Now you know why the 8-track tapes are extinct. I was on one
That
of
was
them.
Donnie's singing debut. Didn't last long. Also, if you were at the rodeo tonight, you saw things didn't go well for his favorite song is still Stairway to Heaven. Give us a chorus, will you? Anyway, some things didn't go as well for other people, and we had some close calls tonight, so I can't really call this a wreck package, but some close calls. Donnie and I talked about a little. I'm going to tell you both, we just have one look at these, Donnie, starting out in the bareback riding. It ain't over till it's over.
Well, that's true. Now, Ryan Gray rides bucking horses real good, but you don't get to pick. He's making his ride. Okay. That's just the way you're supposed to do it. Big dun horse dropping, getting real heavy. Ryan just spurring as hard as he can spur. Now the whistle blows, but you want to make the pickup man. Now this is ass over tea kettle is the only way you can say it. Down, and I mean his face just slams. Right. And this is just a second go round. He's got 8 more go rounds to go.
All right, Donnie says it best. It's real hard to look cool when you got to steer by the tail. You're looking.
Do under your fingernails.
I hold it, other hole right there. It ain't good. Now, Dean Gorsuch, one of the toughest, most physically strong guys in the steer. But look, he got him around the wrong end right there. You can't throw him by his ass.
It's a good thing you was a steer.
Look, he had him right there, but I think he was so concentrating on stopping his forward movement that he grabbed the wrong end, and it's hard to look cool when you're upside down.
I think that's
I'm telling
illegal
you.
in Utah.
Okay,
Go ahead,
well,
Donnie.
now Cody DeMoss, he's got a good bronc, lunatic, comes and he just kind of ducks back to the right, slides him out of his saddle upside down, belly to the ground, you won't hang up. Just like this, look at that. Back feet on each side of his head, but stepped on his shoulder, broke the bone, the shoulder socket bone. He's going to turn out 2 and see what it feels like. Probably won't be able to continue, but he said, well, the good news is they're going to have this next year. So,
But you know what you always say, and we talked about this one year a long time ago over a guy we lost in the rough stock event.
Yeah.
But Donnie told me in 1986 we was having a drink and a talk watching a guy ride bulls, and the same in this event. You're never safe till it's over. When the whistle blows, doesn't mean you've got out okay. The rough stock
No.
events, you got to get out of the arena before you're safe.
Well, and it's really all up to you. And it's hard to look cool when you're scrambling, you're crawling, and bull or broncs going the other way. But there are the time where they're not. You have a chance to save yourself. You're not going to get hurt seriously if you're not flat on the ground when you get stepped on. Because if you ride long enough, you're going to get stepped on.
But you got to be moving.
If you're not flat on the ground, if you're moving, they're not going to kill you. But if you're not, look out.
Okay. Joe, I want you to answer this real quickly. You've talked several times about the horse in the steer wrestling, and this horse has been in the money, the winning money, two nights
they
in a
won
row.
first and second first night.
Give us, if you could quickly, what is so special about that horse?
There's two things. It's Jesse. It's a black bulldogging horse. They split the round first and second last night, won the round tonight. He belongs to Lee Graves. I'm trying to get Lee to come up here. You don't come by a horse like that every day. That horse, you can take him and win Salinas, Cheyenne, but his deal is two things. He scores really good. You won't see him hopping when the gates open. When the gates open, his head's down, he's going forward. If you'll notice, he's got some little cat toys, little soft cat balls that they play with in their ears. It's because Jesse anticipates everything a lot. And if you got a really good horse that doesn't need to hear the sound, you put some deals, you stuff their ears, and you watch him tomorrow night. He'll back in there, his ears will be kind of like this. He'll never move till they drop the throttle. It's just like a dragster. When you drop the throttle, those bulldogging horses have to be running as fast as they can run and not quit running until your feet hit the ground. Jesse will never leave a guy hanging. I saw 4 horses tonight when the bulldoggers started to make their transfer from horse to steer, that they were just riding along, bouncing, and their feet were still on the horse. That's eating up the clock. Jesse will put your feet on the ground because when you make your move, he runs faster and harder into the bucking chutes than any horse I've seen.
And what makes it even extra special is the arena here is so short. Most horses, after they've been here a time or two, it's real hard to keep them going. This horse has been doing it
4 times. Yeah. This is the 4th. Lee Graves won a world championship on him. They won a lot of money on the year Lee was hurt, and he's back to 3rd year with 2 guys on him. You get 2 guys on him, that means he's making 2 runs a night. There hasn't been very many horses that have been here over twice that keep putting people's feet on the ground like that horse. That is one of the greatest bulldogging horses in this arena for big money that'll ever come through here. He's as good. He's not as good yet because they won so much on Cassidy's great horse. But he's got the potential to be the same kind of horse Willie was for umpteen years out here.
That's why I love this show. You won't hear that stuff anywhere else. Outstanding, you guys. All right, let's bring out our first guest here this evening. And guys in the back, I want to tell you our footlights are not working here this evening, but let's go ahead and bring out. The other night I was watching the rodeo in the back, and the crowd, they were panning the crowd, and this gentleman's face came across, and there he was sitting and watching the National Finals rodeo, and I thought, man, how things change and history changes, and we're talking about that with Joe and with Donnie. And so I called him today. I said, I would love it if you would come out to National Finals tonight and just talk to us a little bit. And he graciously has. His family is here, but he is here. We talked about legends the other day, Donnie, and this guy is a legend. 5-time world champion in the saddle bronc riding. Billy Etbauer is here this evening. Billy.
All right, Billy.
Yeah, man. Give that man a hand.
If there were invitations handed out to the national finals, I would make sure Billy got one because one of the best of all, any event, timed events, rough stock, whatever, every night, 110%, first or famine. But that's what Billy Etbauer's about. He should get invitation to the finals every year.
And there's 15 guys that are riding saddle broncs here, and now there's 14. They're glad he's sitting here instead of over there.
I want to start off with this, Billy, because we had a breakfast this morning, and I was talking with Cannon Acey, who was injured and not riding, and I said, how is it sitting up there watching? He said, I hate it. I just hate it. I can't stand sitting there watching, not being a part of it. Talk about your thoughts after being at the National Finals, 21 years?
Yes, sir.
21 years he's qualified for the National Finals rodeo. Your thoughts about sitting there with your family watching?
Well, it's great. I'm out here for Express Ranch as my sponsor, and they took care of me for years, and I really think I love it. I'm content where I'm at. Hauling the kids are running barrels and stuff, and I got a lot of horses to ride at the house, so I'm at the house busy riding horses all day, every day, and it's fun to be able to watch these kids come up, and get to know them as you go along. Of course, not being out there with them, it's just you don't get to know them like you would like to get to know them like I have for years, you know. So, but I just feel blessed to be where I'm at, and you know, like I say, just try to ride my horses at the house.
Dan, the difference between Cannon and Billy is Cannon can't wait to get well. Had his hip operated on, and you know, he's ready to go, and he's not through riding bulls, and this is the way he still wants to make his living, and you know, and Billy's on the other side of it, so it's a whole lot easier to watch when you know that you know, next week you're not mounting up.
Well, and when you guys many gold buckles, as he has, it's like you watching the bull riding. You might want to, but you're all right with it because you've already done, you know, so much. He's done so much riding broncs that if you never crack the gate on another one, that can't take him away from him. Cannon, he didn't have that feeling. He don't know that feeling yet, and it's a big difference.
Well, we talked earlier, Billy. You're not done.
Well, I haven't said that. No, you know, I'm leaving the door open. I'm busy at the house, but Holly's still running barrels, and with her being out there, I'm not going to say that I'm not going to enter up a little bit, because if she's there running barrels and I'll be there, you know, we'll see. And we had a little fun team roping this year with Trell and I, because his wife was running barrels and Holly was running barrels, so we just thought we'd play a little in team rope. And you know, I don't know if I'm qualified to rope with Joe, but
you may not be that unlucky.
yeah, but no, it's all fun. So
I don't know if saying it makes any difference. I think I retired 4 times. Yeah, or 5. You know, you get a real job, gosh, you get to thinking, well, I'd like to be able to, you know, pay the bills for, you know, in 8 seconds again. So
you know what, though? There's not a lot of guys that can do what Cody Old does. Cody Old goes to about 25 to 45 rodeos a year, depending if it's good or bad, and makes the finals every year. But this guy, if he entered 50 and he turned out at 20 and they drawed him 30 good ones, he could be right back to finals.
He's
easy.
in.
Just guarantee him a spot.
And so you think about that then, Billy. Those are the types of things that drive you crazy.
well, I basically for probably at least the last 8 years, I think I've probably went to maybe 30 rodeos, you know, to bring me here, you know, and I just count my blessings for that it worked out like that, because it let me stay home more with Holly and the kids, even though it wasn't as much as it is now. You know, I was still fortunate enough to be able to take it easy, where I basically could stay healthier longer because I didn't have to go so much.
I want to brag on him a second. We were talking earlier about the records and how Trevor's chasing 16 world titles, but this gentleman sitting right there has the record for winning go-rounds, 51 go-rounds. 51.
51. That's a 5-1. First place. 51
in one event. In one event. Trevor might have more later, but this guy and Cody Old are 47 and 51, y'all, in one event. That's just stupid.
That's what I call it, too. I'm with you, Joe.
What I want to ask you, Billy, and one of the amazing things about Donnie to me is he can still remember every single ride that he's ever, it is amazing to me.
Hold up, though, Dan. Have y'all ever heard a ride where he bucked off? He just remembers the good ones.
It's selective memory.
I will tell you, one night Donnie and I were with Larry Mahan, and Donnie was talking to Mahan. He said, don't you remember in '72 you had this little brindle bull that turned left in red light? And Mahan said, Donnie, I can't remember the last time I had a bowel movement. And he said, you're telling me that you remember, but he remembers every one of his rides. Can you think back to all of your times here at the NFR, Billy, and all your memories here?
No, that would be, it'd be kind of like, I'd have to get Robert or Danny or Craig to do that for me, because I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of them that I'll remember if I see them, you know, but as far as just pulling them out of my hat, you know, there's a handful of them that I'm going to remember. But
let me help you out. Whenever you're telling a story, don't worry about it.
It doesn't matter, does it? We talked about your family earlier, and I know they're here. Introduce them out there, Billy, and we'll see if we can. Where's everybody sitting? We're right over here. Oh, what a great looking.
Yep.
Introduce them.
My wife Holly, and she grew up there where we live in Edmond, and Cord, my oldest boy, he's 15. Come on, Cord, stand up there. Shorty.
Stand up there, guys and gals.
Yeah. He just about he's outgrown me already. So, and then JC, she's 13, and then My little guy Treg's 10.
I'm glad she looks like your mama.
Yeah, yeah, I won't argue that.
Their shirts, they already got sponsors, Billy. It's amazing, isn't it?
Well, Bob's been very good to us for a lot of years, and I can't thank him enough, and everybody, all the sponsors through the years that have helped us, and just like even now, the MGM picked me up here a few years ago, and so they're still taking care of me, the Gold Coast took care of us forever, and and they'll basically, if you ask these guys, basically they're gonna do something for you if you just ask them. And so I can't thank everybody enough for what they did do and what they're still doing for me.
And the reason that everybody always says yes is because you're such a good representative for them.
Yeah, I was just going to say we thank you, Billy. When you talk about a great family, all three of these kids are homeschooled at home. Holly, bless your heart. Let me tell you about old Dad. I said, Billy, what grades are they in now? He said, I'm not sure. Holly takes care of all that stuff there at the house. But I wanted to bring Billy out here tonight, and I'm so glad that you made time for us tonight. This is a legend, Billy Etbauer. Would you pay him off and thank him appropriately for us? Billy Etbauer. Thank you very much. Billy Etbauer.
What a cool guy.
Oh, man, it doesn't get much better than that, does it?
Hey, I just hate people that make the finals in 30 rodeos. How do the other bronc riders feel? They want to up the limit every year to 100, and Billy's saying 15, 20.
I average going to 150 rodeos a year every single year.
You hated them guys too, huh?
Yeah, I hate them.
Let's bring this next gentleman out here. We've got a lot of things to do tonight. Gosh, our time is going by quickly. I'm honored to say that this young guy is from Wyoming, but that's just...
Say it again. Where's he from?
His family's up over here. Let me quickly, we have the Wyoming Department of Tourism. Diane Schober, wave to us over there.
Diane, you
that's
here?
the director. Yeah, Donnie knows all that gang over
There
there.
y'all.
And we are the board of the Wyoming, and I used to be on that board.
Really?
Well, I'm not anymore. Anyway, that's a long story, but I'm honored to have them here tonight. And we had the Wyoming breakfast this morning, which is such, and we had it here at the Gold Coast. And everybody was bragging last night. 3 of the Wyoming guys were in the money and winning money last night. But
We know.
this young man was just named the PRCA Bullfighter of the Year again. And you talk about good young men. Will you welcome Dusty Tuckness is in the house tonight. Dusty. Yes. Welcome.
All in one piece after performance number 2. It was pretty exciting, but he actually went out there knowing that he was going to get smoked a couple of times tonight before he ever went out there because he knew that what bulls were out. And still went out there. That's pretty good.
Does that ever change your approach to things, Dusty?
No, it never does. Me personally, they are the funner, that I have with them. So I knew the bulls that were out tonight.
Stupid. Oh, golly.
I knew a lot of the bulls that were out tonight, so I knew there was going to be some action for us, and yeah, there was. So, but we walked away.
No kidding. I wasn't sure what was going to happen when you went through the catch pen.
I wasn't either.
Oh.
I just kind of was praying, to be honest with you. We got away with it all right.
First of all, we want to congratulate you for the PRCA Bullfighter of the Year. Outstanding.
There's a lot of them, and he stands out. He's very good.
Yeah, Corey Wall was here last night and just bragging on you. I don't know what that cost you, but he was here just bragging on you last night about what you have done. Talk about winning this again, Dusty, and what it means to you.
It's just such a blessing, to be in the running for the last 3 years and, being in, this early in my career. It's just, it's so awesome. And to win it once puts you in the elite group, but to win it back-to-back, I just thank the Lord above. And, I'm living a dream, and I'm just going to keep doing what I think is right and try to just keep getting better and better every day and every year.
He's a great role model, too. He's a, committed Christian and does things. He comes in and his presence in there, as young as he is in the bull rider locker room. These guys that are getting on every night, they've got a lot of confidence in him. And that's not given to anybody. That's earned.
What I learned today, Dusty, looking, and he lives about 20 miles from me there in Wyoming, but this is a guy that's, and we've got a lot of video to show, so, but he has paid his dues and come up the hard way, and your dad was in the business as well, but the Cody Night Rodeo, talk about where you got started.
Yeah, well, I grew up into it, you know, grew up into a rodeo family and just kind of fell in love with fighting bulls at a young age. And yeah, the night rodeo, Maury Nicky Tate, big building foundation for my career. He let me come up there and work the first full summer, and I kind of told myself if I could make it through 86 performances here this summer, I think I can go ahead and get my PRCA card. And we made it through and got my card, and Maury's done nothing but help me and my dad and, you know, my family over here. They've always backed me 110%, and, you know, great state of Wyoming. So about Justin, Montana, Silversmith, you know, that's what makes it so much nicer is, you know, not, you know, family and friends to be behind you 110%. And, you know, I could sit here and tell a bunch of stories about my stepdad kind of bringing us up the hard way. I think sometimes I got a little easier with the bulls, you know, but I actually thank him for that. You know, it made us tough and made us work for what we wanted, and made us know that it wasn't going to come easy. So, shoot, now we're just living a dream.
He is, and let's take a look at him at work here. We have several pieces. What I want to do is show a couple of things from tonight, where you got tagged tonight. And Donnie, I wish you'd do something about this. The feed they're sending us is just, it's tough. So I've got a couple of glimpses tonight, then I've got a piece of video from earlier. So guys, Justin, if you can cue up, let's take a look at him in action tonight. And Donnie, here's the one that...
This is one going down the catch pin. This is one I thought, oops, because he falls down right here, and I can't see. I'm blocked from the minute I saw his butt and his feet, and I thought, oh no. And I wasn't real sure what happened, but walk us through what's going on here.
This bull is gator made of Chad Committee's. We've had some run-ins with him a time or two. I know he's a mean son of a gun, and I like those kind of bulls, and I know so a lot of you guys think that's a little crazy, but I've only got to fight him 3 times since I've known the bull. This is switching back to the other. This is Child's Play, isn't it, Donnie?
Yeah, Devil's Playground.
No, the 666 is the one horn. I thought that's Kenny's. Anyways, regardless, that one just kind of caught me off guard. After Gatorade got a hold of me, I kind of felt a little loopy, seen some stars, and he just got me flat-footed and run me out the outgate.
Boy, this right here, I don't want you to show us, but did it leave a mark?
Just put it this way, I didn't want to walk in the Justice Sports Medicine room.
What I'd like to show you is this morning at the breakfast, they had a little montage. The great guys there, Chuck Kuhn and Mike McCrimmon in Wyoming, put together a nice video of the whole year for us. But they had a little piece, and this is on Dusty, and we're just going to let it play here and show him at work in slow motion fighting bulls here.
You know, and he's going, the meaner they are, the more fun it is. There's something wrong with this, but this is what he does every week somewhere in the U.S. or Canada.
Voluntarily.
Jim Shoulders would say, now, was that you that hit that bull in the face with your butt? Yeah, that was you. There you are.
I want you to talk about your goals. You've got 2 of them now, championships. Tell us about your future.
Man, just keep trying to get better every day. You know, I always feel if a guy feels that he's at the top of his level, that's when he's going to level out and plateau. So I just want to keep studying the art of bullfighting and figuring different ways out, because I believe there's everything's preventable, and it might take me a while to figure a few of them things out, but I'm going to keep working on it and just study it and help kids out. You know, I put on some schools, and I really enjoy that. I like helping good young hands come up, and you know, me and Bobby, we did one last year, and me and Cannon want to do one, and so just stick in the rodeo industry. But I just want to keep my ultimate goal. Daryl Diefenbach, this is his 11th year. Joe Bumgarner's been here the most, and that's 14. So I'm going to try to go for 15, and we'll see what happens.
What is your workout regimen on a normal routine? How much do you work out, and is it more cardio or weights or both? What do you do?
For me, I try to work out all year long. Stay in shape as much as I can because if you get beat up and battered and bruised a little bit, you heal quicker and you don't get as sore. So a lot of stuff I focus on is a lot of core cardio and balance. I do some different insanity workouts and programs and stuff, and they're easy. You can take them on the road and plop them in the laptop and be done in 35, 45 minutes. So that's kind of what I focus on, and got to keep your wheels rolling so you can do
insanity workouts. That's good. I mean,
that
works.
That kind of ties together, I guess, huh?
Now, I want to tell you this. Last night when Corey Wall was here, and he talked about Larry the Cable Guy, one of his sponsors. And Larry the Cable Guy wanted to get into the barrel and see what it was like. And he talked about that, and you were there when this happened as well. And we got the video of that.
Well, he said he threw up.
Yes.
Yeah. Last night he said, oh yeah, he threw up.
Just a little bit, he said.
But just threw up a little bit, I'm thinking.
So we were able to get this today thanks to Chuck and Mike, and I want you to listen closely. This is Larry the Cable Guy's brush here. So play it, guys, and listen closely.
American Rodeo created a line of work that is as tough as it gets, bullfighting. Putting your life on the line to save bull riders.
You know why a matador's cape is red? Because the red cape hides blood stains. That's why when I get in this barrel, I'm going to wear brown underwear. Oh, damn!
You all right, Bert?
I'm going to fall out of the barrel.
Keep your breath. You're all right. He's right here. He's about 3 feet from me.
I'm going to throw up.
Woo, that's good. All right. I'm going to set you up.
All right, come on. He's right out here. Come out here and look at him. Right out here. Come on up. Look right at him. Right out here.
I'm going to puke.
You're good. He's going.
God dang. Well, that was an experience. Dude, I'm going to puke.
Yeah, he's a character. Not only have I watched some of his work and whatnot, but he was awesome. He was just like sitting up here talking to you guys. He was very personable, and I think he's broken into character and performed in character so much. It was a habit. So he was joking and laughing, and that camera that they gave him in the barrel. They come up to him as we're showing him how to get in the barrel and kind of how it'll feel. And they said, well, it was one of them GoPro cameras. So they're like, well, you just hold this right here at your face. And he kind of gave him the look, are you serious? But the one thing they didn't show on the TV show, we turned out another bull that had a little more hook to him. Well, the stage, they were doing rehearsal for the stage at Houston. So you got a 3.5-acre arena, 3 bullfighters, a comedian, and a barrel. So anyways, we try to contain this bull. Well, he goes around the stage. So me and Clay Collins, we go around the stage, and we're telling all the crew workers to get up on stage. Well, I guess in the midst of this whole thing happening, he lost sight of the bull. Well, Corey had Leon get up so he could breathe and sweat. I mean, his whole heart was a-ticking. Well, the bull started running at me, and I just kind of broke around him. And when I turned around, I seen Larry sitting up on the barrel, and Corey goes, I heard Corey yell, he's coming back, and Larry looked and saw that bull, and it just looked like he melted right into that barrel. Just fell right down. And,
get her done!
Yeah, exactly.
Dusty, introduce your family for us here before you
right over here, I got my mom, Shauna, my brother. He's actually a former Navy SEAL or something. I don't know. He's in the Navy, so I love him. My stepdad, Mark, that's the guy that scares me more than them bulls a lot of times. But then our friends, Joe and Sharon, so they come out, watch the finals a little bit. So thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
We thank you, Dusty, for being here. I know you've got a long way to go, and thank you. Thanks so much. Dusty Tuckness, would you pay him off, please? The RCA, both
8 more rounds to go.
We appreciate it. Thank you, Dusty, so much. Thank you. Dusty Tuckness. Yes.
All right. That was absolutely interesting. I mean, I'm
Wasn't
sitting there
that
going,
great?
are you kidding me? Because whenever Corey said that last night about Larry the Cable Guy, I thought, man, I wish they'd have got that on film, and dang if they didn't.
We
Can't get away with nothing anymore.
Yeah, just outstanding. Look at our time, guys. Let's get. We still have miles to go, and we have world champions yet to come. Yes. We go now to a 3-time world champion. And I just love this gal. I'm anxious to get her out here. She's a 3-time world champion barrel racer. Sherry Cervi is in the house. We're honored to have her here, Sherry. How are you?
My
Good.
favorite barrel racer.
Hey, and you better
I was going to have to stand up in the
year.
chair to get a hug. Now I can.
We've got a homegrown, home-raised, home-trained horse of the year.
Yeah, it's a really cool award. I'm very thankful for that.
What I want to start out with you, this is from my 13-year-old daughter, Hannah, because she said, ask Sherry, because you train all these horses, and what is it that you look for, Sherry, in a horse that says it's special or has that potential?
Definitely, athletic ability is very important for a barrel horse, and some fast and big heart, and I have a lot of help training, so I don't take all the credit on Stingray for sure, because I had a lot of good help.
And how old is Stingray?
She's 9. And we did raise her, and she's by the stud that my dad owns, Dinero, that I ran here in '05. And so it's really cool that, as a breeder, you have a horse that is this successful.
Well, just because, Dinero is real successful and you have, you get a colt, that doesn't necessarily mean that colt's going to be a winner. That's what impresses me so much about y'all, because, you got to be able to recognize that ability and then to put in the time. How long before you feel like from when you go to your first few barrel races, how long a period of time is it before you get a horse that's rodeo ready to get in the trailer to go to the rodeos that you go to win, to be a world champion? How long does that take?
Well, it can definitely differ on each horse. Stingray, when she was 5, I faturied her and knew that she was nice and had high hopes for her. And I started rodeoing on her when she was 6, and definitely knew that I was going to rodeo on her and try to be successful, but had no idea that I'd win a world championship on her.
And how many different horses have you competed on and used here at the National Finals Rodeo? How many different horses have you been here on? How many?
I think 5.
Different than that, she hadn't won the world on the same horse either. That's the difference in a lot of girls. They get one good horse, they win a lot, they think it's easy, that horse goes, you never see them again. Nothing against them, because if you've ever tried to ride a barrel horse, the hardest damn thing you ever done in your life that involves a saddle, besides the bronc riding. But you've won the world 3 times on 3 different horses.
Hey, how many, a round of applause. I mean, you stop and think of the time and effort that it takes to bring these horses up. 5 different ones, and they're born, and then you faturied them when they're 5. You start rodeoing when they're 6, and then, so you've been doing this, and so obviously very, very tenacious in your approach to this barrel race. And I am just totally blown away every time I think about the commitment and the difference, what you were talking about the horses. You think of a baseball player, and he breaks his favorite bat, and their batting percentages go down about 20% for about 3 weeks until they get a new bat. This is a inanimate vehicle. These horses, you're awesome.
Well, and I'm going to tell you something else. Honestly, the 3
I'm
the 3 that she's won on, I think, run totally different. The Wild Runaway Gray, Hawk, he was different. Stingray looks different. Just because the bell pattern doesn't move, the horses change. You got to be able to ride them different. A good jockey is going to win on a decent horse. You put a good jockey, and this is a good jockey, y'all. You put a good jockey on a good horse, a real good horse, and it's gold buckles.
Sherry, what I want to ask you, we didn't get a chance to ask you last year after you win the world. What does that 3rd world championship mean to you personally?
Well, I'm not going to say that it was more special, but it was very special because it was on Stingray, something that, from birth to where we are now, I still kind of think about it, wow, this really is happening.
She's now the $2 million lady when we're talking about prize money and the most ever in what you're doing. You're an athletic girl. You played basketball. What made you go this direction?
I always wanted to be a barrel racer. I did play basketball in high school, and I missed some rodeos to play basketball because I wasn't going to get to play, but always in my heart wanted to be a barrel racer, and I love the competition, and I'm really glad I got to play that team and have a team sport, but it's me and my horse are a team, and I don't know, I love the competition. I love competing and riding different horses.
And I want to talk about the competition. Tonight, Boyd, and I don't know if you guys were able to hear it, he kind of said it as the crowd was, but when Brittany knocked over a barrel this evening, Boyd said, that's going to have some implications, huge. This is a very tight race, and talk about the competitiveness between the three of you that are right in this thing.
Well, I really think that there's 15 of us that all have a chance.
She's being gracious again.
I do. I think it's going to be a great barrel race. It's by no means over. And it's, you know, I mean, there it really is at any point, I think there's 15 horses that could win the round. And I think about back when I first made the finals, you know, I mean, there was some tough horses, but I really do feel that this is a really tough field, and I think it's going to be a great barrel race.
And your future plans, I thought about this today. I was looking at some of the arena records and some of the NFR records. There's no end in sight for you, Sherry, competing here, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, you know, good things do come to an end, and you never know. I'm going to take advantage of it while I can. I have a horse that is competitive, and I will always be involved with barrel racing and horses just because I love it. I love walking out my door every day and being able to ride colts and ride, and so, you know, I mean, there is, I'm sure, an end.
Is there any difference? Can you tell any, whenever y'all ride in, you know, you get to exercise and stuff, and then in competition you've had 2 rounds. Is the ground this year comparable to other years, or do you notice much difference? You know,
Joe, you can.
Was I not supposed to say that?
You can lose your job commentating on an event if you talk about the ground here. Trust me.
Not in here.
Not in
we
here.
We run this show. Dan Stark said we can say anything we want to.
But if you say it on TV and the wrong man gets a hold of it, you will not be able to talk about the girls' barrel race anymore.
We do miss you commentating.
Thank you very much. See, I would like to have the job back, but I want to get it back now because now answer the question. And I'm
after she does, I want you to tell the rest of that story because now I'm fascinated by that. But answer about the ground, Sherry.
Definitely, barrel racers are never happy. It's hard to...
Kind of like steer wrestlers.
And nobody else ever wins the argument either, but I still want to know about the ground.
Okay. You know, I mean, I'm not going to complain because last year I won 3 rounds and I won a lot of money. So I do think that this year it feels better. Last night they won first and second, being at the bottom, and there were still some fast times tonight, but they hit some barrels at the bottom. So I still feel like it's you can place anywhere, which is big for 15, you know, girls to run, and no raking, which is we'd love to have, but it's different this year.
No raking.
But actually, didn't they add some sand this year?
They did.
This is the first time since 94, 5?
My first year was 94, and
okay, well,
there was
been
no
a while.
sand.
But they did add some sand to it this year,
Yeah.
and it does look looks like it's holding a little better.
Yeah,
the reason for my question, though, because last night the first tied for first at the bottom of the run of the barrel race, and so I thought, well, the ground can't really be a whole heck of a lot better than that, I wouldn't think. I mean, I plowed lots of arenas, and that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was, and I do feel like, you know, there is more sand in it, and there's a few less rocks out there, so that's positive.
Do you want to say anything, Joe, about the past?
Oh, I think the ground's wonderful. I think.
Suck up and get a job.
You know I'm not a suck up. The only reason I'm saying I think the ground's wonderful because I think it needed that sand 24 years ago. You know, they use the same. It's the same dirt. And one night I had the job doing the barrel race that I did it to start with, and you know I know all the girls. I know their horses. I'm not. One night they kept hitting the first barrel 4 or 5 in a row, and it was horses that I knew didn't dive. They didn't set, you know, and I said the ground wasn't holding them because their ass was sliding off like a penguin on an ice storm, you know? And I said the ground wasn't holding them, and they come in one ear and said, you can't say that. Say something about their horses. And being, put.
Yeah, Joe.
Being me, I put the button
I
back.
can't hear you.
I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna tell it like it is, and y'all can like it or lick it, and they licked it. I've not got to call the bell race since, but I love the bell race. I think it's one of the toughest events out there, and I think it is better this year because, like Donnie said last night, it looked good. It held way down in the go-around. They won the money, but I think it's a lot better now, and I think a good horse is not going to hit a barrel without a reason, and if a jockey doesn't make the arrow and the horse doesn't, it's the ground, and that's just part of the business.
I want to take a look
And the bull riders are glad that there's fewer rocks.
It's soft.
Yeah.
I want to take a look here at Sherry at work. First, let's take a look at last night's run. You can talk about that, and then this evening's run as well. So let's start with last night, and Joe, you and Sherry talk about this.
Well, is this last night?
Yep.
Yeah. Last night, I thought she was hunting them. In other words, she was looking for them. She was on her ass when she was supposed to be, but she was pushing off good. Here's where she beat you. See how she pushes off the barrels? She's running when she leaves them, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. She worked really good last night. I was really pleased with it. The last 2 years, 09 and 10, when I came here her first run, she was focused on the crowd.
Yeah. And that's what I meant by she was hunting them last night.
She was doing good. Tonight, I don't know really what she was doing. At one point, I thought she wasn't going to run out the alley.
Have you seen tonight yet?
No.
Okay, here you go. You tell me what happened, and then I'm going to tell you what I saw.
Well, Boyd back there just informed me that we could have had tea at the first barrel.
Boyd and Bob, come on out here while we're looking at this.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what she was doing. Just stumbled a little bit. Was going to say hi to somebody, but I was pleased. I got a check, and I'm very grateful for it.
That right there is what I was laughing at. About halfway home, she threw her head up. Ears came up, and it was like, oh, wait a minute.
Behind the chutes, and he looked like he was just kind of looking out there, but he was still moving.
That shows how bad she is to still place, though.
Boyd, we're talking about checking
watch her push off. She blows. She pushes right here, and she's running.
Don't give him the mic.
Come on out, Bob. Welcome, Boyd Polhamus and Bob Tallman, if you will, please, out here to our set.
By the way,
National Finals tonight.
You're going to have
16 times NFR announcer, 24 times over here. But Boyd, talk about that, because I heard you say that this evening. No, when Brittany knocked over a barrel. And so things are changing.
I said, well, that's going to have world championship implications. Yes, it is. And while Sherry got, split fourth and fifth last night? Right, and so she got a check. And when the last I looked at the computer screen when we left, she was winning the average on just 2 rounds. And I know it's short, it's 2 rounds, but I was more excited about the first barrel tonight in the barrel racing with Sherry, because I thought she was going to join me and Bob in the announcer's stand. Yeah. So, by the way, that little "Are You Cowgirl" leather jacket that you were wearing back in the green room, you're going to have hell finding that. Just saying.
Sherry, stay right here with us, because Bob and Boyd, we started out this evening talking with Joe about Cody Ohl. So I want to ask you, Boyd, how much have things changed just in 2 nights with Cody winning 2 rounds? Because we talked about this.
He texted me when he got here. He said, 60 grand back. That's what he texted me when he first got here. 60 grand back. And he goes, but I'm going to make it up. So when he wrote in last night, I reminded him, you're 60 grand back. Okay? Well, he's won 18,000 basically in 2 nights, so you can do math. That's 36. He's only 24 grand back now. So, I mean, and we talked about this last night, and she fits into that same circle of people. We talked about people that are showing up, and you knew Casey Field was going to show up in the bareback ride, and he did again tonight. You knew Cody Ohl was going to show up in the tie-down roping. And people who are playing the fantasy rodeo game are always asking me, who you pick? Who do you pick? Who do you pick? And she's expensive. But when you win on money, at the end of the deal in the old fantasy rodeo game is how much money your team wins. I said the safest money you'll spend, I know she's expensive, is Sherry Cervi. Because before these 10 rounds are done, she's going to win a bunch of money, a bunch of it.
Her horses are too.
Yeah, her horses are too, and that Dinero stud. Did you ever get any offspring off of?
Yeah, we got a 2-year-old.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't there a bulldogging horse here too?
Awesome.
There's a bulldogging horse, Todd Soon, right? Yeah, Todd Soon's gray horses out of him too. So
we've got
they
a
got some
2-year-old,
run.
and you can rope in the pasture on him, and they're roping in the arena on him right now. And I've had 2 4-year-old kids on him, and you can run dogs under him. You can do anything.
Sherry's going to give me one for free because she likes me.
A dog or the colt.
Yeah.
Bet.
There is no such thing as a free horse.
Hey, wait a minute. She might like you, but Mel Potter don't like nobody that much.
Exactly. I do got to tell this story because it affects two people on this stage, which I love. This is why I love telling this story. When her husband Mike was killed in a plane crash, they had a big celebrity team roping in his honor. Actually, it was a pro-am, and I was the am. But one of my favorite pictures in life was taken with Sherry with this buckle, and one of the reasons I enjoy it so much is because the team that was winning the team roping was Roy Cooper and Donnie Gay. They were winning it. Bobby T was announcing it, and I ended up drawing. We just random drew partners. And I ended up drawing the kid that roped with Mike as he grew up the whole time. And he and I actually smoked Donnie Gay and Joe Beaver. And you don't get a chance to say that.
Joe, no, it wasn't Joe. I had
you were there.
Why'd I get, see how I get brought into stuff? That's what happened to barrel racing right there.
Got it again.
I want Bob, talk about tomorrow morning, talk about the bowling, and we need people to come see that, Bob.
I was really nervous because you were ugly to me last night. But what was really bad about that team roping was, when the partners were drawn, Roy Cooper, he finds out he's got me. He started not to even take his jacket off, and I thought, come on, man, I'm going to let you throw your rope. I'm going to turn him.
Anyway,
and we were winning it until you roped, and you did make a good run.
Can we talk about the ground
sick.
with the barrel racers for a second? Because Bobby and I have a joke for barrel racers in the ground.
Yes, please
Okay,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Bobby. Hit it.
Well, they're not having normal funerals for bell racers anymore.
This is old.
It's a new-
Okay,
no.
you guys need to get some new jokes.
That's
This
all right.
is
These
way
people haven't
old.
heard it. We're
They
on
haven't
too.
heard
I haven't heard it, Tim.
Okay, well, it's a new WPRA rule. It was just put in like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
They're actually cremating all barrel racers now. Cremating them.
Really?
Yeah, because you can't find ground good enough to bury their butt in.
Ow.
That's why I say the first part.
Hey,
Politically
Bobby T.
incorrect. He does the second.
There went that free horse in there.
Yeah. Well, I want to get back to the free horse deal because I don't know if anybody in here has ever had a free horse. From the moment you put your hand on the halter shank, it starts to cost you money.
Yes, and can I ask you, have you ever sold a horse? Have you ever sold one? Because I have a dear friend that believes you collect them. You just never get rid of them. But you sell them, don't you?
Is that male?
Oh no, this is a dear friend of ours that doesn't understand that the horses that have got me to where I'm at, I give them a place to live for the rest of their lives, and I don't sell them.
And at my house, you can come and see in the last 2 years, we buried a 29-year-old and a 32-year-old.
How many did you sell? But those were special horses.
I've sold maybe 2 out of 100 that I've owned in my lifetime.
You're a lying man. You're a lying man.
I've given some away.
Oh, okay.
But
you didn't feed them till they died.
No, the last 2, 88 and Bandit.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if I don't make the finals on them, there's going to be a kid riding them at a youth rodeo.
We know what you sell.
He might be a little sore. He might be a little sore, but he ain't going to be crippled.
Yeah, he's... Some of you that weren't in here last night, he sold one for $75,000 that wouldn't pass a vet check.
But he was sore.
He's just a little sore. He said, just ride him off a little way.
And then the guy that wins the George Strait guitar is getting it from Joey. He goes, you remember me? I bought a horse from you.
Donnie said he was just a little sore, wasn't he?
I'm the kind of guy, I dig a hole with a backhoe, and I line it with alfalfa hay, and I get them a new blanket, put it on them, stand them alongside the hole. The vet runs
That's a bright and cheery thought, Bob.
Yeah,
We were just all laughing.
I've done it to a bunch of them.
Can you bring us a good story tomorrow night, too?
Yeah, you over ace them, 100 cc's, chunk in the hole they go, and everybody cries, and you cover
As
them
much
up.
as alfalfa costs now?
No, I haven't. The last time I did it was some old straw.
You can get shavings for $7.50 a bag from Tractor Supply.
And we bury cows at my house.
I bought some Wyoming hay to get down to Texas right now. It's high, buddy.
I know, I bought it from North Dakota. I went farther north than you did. What are you doing in the morning at 11:30?
There we go.
What are you doing at 11:30 in the morning?
Bowling.
Besides 200
The
setups?
great thing about Donnie, when he bowls, the ball doesn't have to go far when he lets go.
We almost made it, Donnie. Almost made it. Where do they need to be tomorrow, Bob?
Donnie will
He's
be...
going to look good with, with bubble gum coming off his fingers whenever he releases the
Donnie's
ball.
going to be in the short lane. Boyd's going to be in the long lane. And I'm going to be standing back having a mint julep. And according to my boss, where did she go, Miss Jack? As of today, we've got 35 lanes, upstairs, second floor, front door, up the escalators to the bowling alley here. And 2 weeks ago, we had about 10 lanes filled. As of tonight, we have 35, possibly 36. If you don't want to bowl at noon tomorrow, do me a favor. Come up, eat 4 or 5 hot dogs, because we need to sell some hot dogs. Them canner cows are not as expensive as some of the other stuff. And if you haven't had a hot dog lately, your heart deserves one. Come up and have a hot dog. And have you ever seen what they put in hot dogs besides chicken beaks and lizard tongues and some old cancer-eyed cows and bulls that don't buck?
You're making me sick, but you had that ditch dug with the backhoe and the alfalfa hay in it.
Yeah.
How much ace would it take to get him next to that?
Oh, no. He's one of them. I aced him one time. Don't
tell that story.
Yeah, we had a hangover, so we put some Banamine in some orange juice and put some ace in his deal. I took the Banamine and, boy, I feel better. Put the ace in his, and he went, whoa, like a corkscrew right through the roof of the trailer. I'm going, that backed up on the wrong side. You don't give him nothing but P90, boot camp. That's it. Stay away from him. He will drink a little whiskey from time. He's from Wisconsin. He eats cheese and drinks.
Hey, we're home of the world champion Green Bay Packers. I mean, only the 13th time in the reigning world champions smoked Dallas's butt twice in the last 2. We've lost none in the last 18.
Hey, wait till they meet in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm waiting for Tony Ono to show up.
Yeah. He's not as good as Aaron Rodgers.
No, he isn't, and he was born and raised in southern Wisconsin.
Hell,
by the way, where did you grow up there, girlfriend?
Moran, Arizona.
That's your butt talking because your head knows better. Come on. Tell them the truth.
I did spend the summers in Wisconsin.
And what did you do?
Pick cranberries.
That's right. Pick some cranberries.
How many people did you fire in Wisconsin this year? You are cold. Yeah, your daddy told me.
Well, nothing's sacred to him, is it?
No.
I didn't mean for this to happen,
This is
Sherry.
what
Sherry,
happens when you get friends.
You should have been
that
here last
like
night
to
when
talk.
Donnie's water broke.
I had 2 people ask
This
me,
was
Dad,
so
boy
bad.
or girl?
Tell us
was so
quickly here,
bad.
Bob, who benefits from the bowling?
Okay.
Thanks, Dan.
If you thank you, saved his butt right
Rescue
there.
me.
If you don't understand, Boyd Gaming is also involved in NASCAR, in the racing here at our racetracks in Las Vegas and in Fort Worth at the North Texas Speedway. And Boyd Gaming is involved in a lot of other sports in a big way. And so we have the Justin Cowboy Crisis Fund. We have funds for children and other kids that need things. Our kids at the racetrack and underprivileged people that need help here in Las Vegas, that is where the funds are going. So the main thing is when you come to bowl, whatever you buy, whatever you do, Boyd Gaming, benevolent again, as they always do, are setting everything up so it benefits the kids. And this is Dan Stark, Jackie Ferrando, Jennifer Judkins, all of our team and so forth and so on. You don't have to bowl good. You don't even have to come bowl. Just come have a hot dog.
Go hang out.
And I'm serious. If you don't eat hot dogs, have a parts of chicken sandwich or something. I mean, we got food up there. It's going to be fun. But the thing is, we're helping kids, and we like to do things. We do this in other places, but this is a Boyd Gaming deal, and they put my name on it. So if it fails, I get fired. So please come up in the morning.
And can you imagine just bowling with Tallman? I mean, that's...
Yep. Come tomorrow and be a part of that.
It'd be better than watching my water break.
Do me a favor and give all these people up here a hand, if you would, please. National finals tonight. And gentlemen, you can...
Thank you, Dan Miller.
It's good to have you guys here. We have so many sponsors that we're thankful for, but we have a lot of prizes, great prizes to give away. Here quickly are the rules. You can only win 1 prize per person. You must be present to win the prizes here. And we'll call out the names, and we have things to give away. We're going to start off here this evening with We have Justin, no, we're going to go with the Boot Barn. We have 2 gift cards for the Boot Barn. So please listen for your names and come forward as quickly as you can. And we will, I'll get some help up here from somebody, I'm sure. Pete Caldwell, are you here? Pete, if you are, wave at us because we move on quickly here. Pete Caldwell. No, let's Joe call out another one. This is for the
How about Wendy Harris? Wendy Harris.
Gotta holler out.
Here she comes.
Here she
comes right back there. That's for the
Come
Boot
on
Barn.
down.
We have 2 of those, Donnie. This is for the second one. Gift certificate at the Boot Barn.
All right, Lauren DeRoshi, Lakeville, Minnesota. Are you here, Lauren? Lauren, are you here? Lauren DeRoshi?
You've got about 5 seconds to squeal if that's you out there. Otherwise, we're moving on. Oh, I like that. Let's pick somebody else, Joe. This is for the gift card here from the Boot Barn. Read it out.
Lynn Maddox. Lynn Maddox.
Right over here.
All right,
right
come
over
on.
there. Okay. We have a couple of Wrangler gift cards. Joe, let me grab the gift cards from you, and Joe, read one off. Okay.
Mary Valentine. Mary Valentine, you here? In the back.
Coming up right over here.
Coming.
We've got your gift card. I have one more here. And this is for, I think it's Randy Tetranault. Donnie, can you read that?
You're gonna let
I can read it, I just can't. Randy Tetranault. Sandy Valley, Nevada. Randy, this is going once, going twice.
Joe, read out another name. Read out another
I got one
name,
in my
if you
hand
will,
here.
for the Wrangler
It
gift card.
is Deanna Baker. Are you here? Pampa, Texas. Deanna, you here? Yeah. Hello,
Coming right
Texas.
back
Come on
over
up here.
Here, Donnie, if you'll hand that to her. This next gift certificate is from Justin. Justin Boots. We have 2 of these to give away. Joe?
First one, Jeannie Walker.
Right here in front. I like it. Right here.
Close.
Jeannie. Donnie, let's give away one more here for the Justin gift certificate, Joe. And that's going to go to Amanda Gerke. Amanda, are you here? Yes? Amanda, are you back there?
Okay, let's do
Read
it.
another name,
I got
Donnie.
got one in my hand here. How about Sharon Richardson, Bay City, Texas? Yeah, hello. Here comes Sharon.
Outstanding. Okay, next thing up, Donnie. This is outstanding. J.W. Brooks Custom Hats gift certificate. I have 2 of these.
No, this will be Dusty Rhodes, nickname Jesse. Oklahoma, are you here, Dusty Rhodes?
Coming right back
Coming.
there, Donnie.
All right.
Outstanding. We have one more.
$250 off of a 100X cowboy hat or $150 off of a 20X. Just whatever you want.
One more of those, Joe.
Okay,
Who
we
do you
got
have?
one more. How about Trevor Faulkner? Trevor, yeah.
Come on down.
Come on up here. All right, what is this? Next we have, okay, outstanding. We have a book and CD package, Heroes of the Stage, and the famous Left Flynn's. There, Joe, if you'll hold that up. Donnie, give us a name for this, please. This is the book and CD. Go ahead and read that off.
This one here?
Yep.
Okay, Rosalie Garcia. Rosalie from Henderson,
here?
Nevada. Rosalie, are you here? Rosalie, I think that's Garcia.
Going. Becky Johnson. Becky Johnson Wester.
Are you
once.
here, Becky?
Oh, right back there. She's coming from all the way in the back, Joe. That is for her right there. Next we have Jack Daniels shirt. Donnie, read that off, please.
Jack Daniels shirt, all right. Andy Gordon, Huntington, Utah. Andy, you here? Here he comes. I hope it's a large. I hope it's a large.
Right up here.
Come on down, Andy.
Right here for you on the stage. We have a Jack Daniels belt buckle here coming up. Let me hold this up. Joe, who do you
It's
have?
a large, but maybe we better rethink this. All right.
How about Shelly Wills?
Wow.
Shelly Wills, Nebraska.
Right there she's coming up. The Jack Daniels belt buckle for her. We have a Montana Silversmith buckle. Let me hold that up, Donnie. Necklace, I'm sure. Sorry, it's a necklace.
All right. Well, I hope Rusty Wills has got a girlfriend. Rusty Wills, are you here? Come on, Rusty. This thing does look pretty good. It'll look better on a girl than you, but you want it.
Right here you go, Rusty. And then we have one of the Gold Coast vests. These are just awesome. And this is going to Kelly Reiselman. Kelly, right here she is. Come on up.
While she's coming up, I want to recognize a friend of mine, a guy named Kent Magnuson. Kent, would you stand up? Here's a guy I hired to fly my airplane. I could sleep in the airplane, and it's waving right there. Back in the day, my buddy Kent Magnuson, hadn't seen him in 25 years.
These duffel bags are just terrific.
Oh, these
and
things
we have,
here. Oh yeah.
This is Marvin Williams from right here in Las Vegas. Marvin, are you here? Right here, right in front. Outstanding. That duffel bag.
Put all your money in that.
Okay.
That'll work.
And now, Boyd, would you grab that guitar back there? We have this Fender guitar that George Strait has signed this guitar. But do you feel like singing some? Your hit song is Tears in My Ears from lying on my back crying over. I love that song. It makes me cry. Donnie, who's going to win the guitar?
All right, Chris Arnold, Moses Lake, Washington. You here? Yeah.
Right over here.
Come on, right here.
Outstanding.
All right.
Boyd's got that for you. What I want to tell the rest
George
of you
just signed this guitar. He don't go with it.
Yeah. Donnie, tell him about Donnie the buck and ball upstairs.
Gary LeFew's buck and ball up there if you want to dance. We've got George Strait Ace and the whole band is playing up there too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And Scotty Alexander, I think he opened earlier. All right, they're rocking and rolling, but it's partying in Las Vegas, and we're so glad that y'all are here, and we hope y'all have a good time.
We would like to tell you that Donnie and Joe will be down here signing pictures for you. If you would like to get your picture with them or get one of their pictures, they'll be doing that as soon as we wrap up this evening. We thank you very much for watching National Finals tonight. We hope you had a great time. Thank you for being here with us. We'll be back after every performance here. Thank you for coming. Enjoy Las Vegas.
Thank you for watching and attending the show. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of National Finals tonight at the Gold Coast, where all the Cowboys go after the rodeo. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, same time, same place. This has been a presentation of Boyd Gaming. The fun isn't over yet. We invite you to head upstairs for Gary LeFew's legendary Buck and Ball. Live music with members of George Strait's Ace and the Whole Band. Dancing, beer and drink specials, a mechanical bull, and best of all, no cover charge. We're gonna party till the cows come home at the Buck and Ball.